right. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. How's it going? Hope you're well. I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. Welcome back to my show, Eyes Out Here, where we basically speak about everything under the sun, but I don't know. We make it more relatable. We make it more funny. Sometimes it triggers people. Sometimes it makes people feel like, you know what? I feel seen. And when they feel seen, you will find yourself talking to yourself. And that is exactly what I want to happen because that means you're engaged. And yeah, that's basically what our show is. I mean, my show is. But today, we'll both be talking to ourselves because if you're watching this episode, you'll notice that the setup is a bit different because I am doing a solo episode for the first time. Now, like earlier this week, I was telling myself, and oh, what if I had a solo episode? My guest canceled on me. And I had to literally freestyle this the night before today's recording. And I feel like talking to myself is something so normalized for me that right now I do it in front of a whole mic and a camera, and it just feels so interesting. And I want people to just, see what inner monologues Basma is like. And maybe we can get to know each other through the episode and everything. Um, but speaking of talking to yourself, I want to give a huge shout out to the inventor of wireless headphones. Now, hear me. Basically, I feel like the inventors were the type of people who love to talk to themselves. Okay? And then someone was very genius. Okay? And he was like, what if I can talk to myself and it's okay? But then he wanted to do like headphones without wires for some reason. So then he invented wireless headphones. And people back then, when headphones had wires, whenever they see someone talking to themselves, of course they're gonna be worried or like, is this person okay? But these days, if we see someone yelling in the streets, you'll be like, probably on the phone call. Even though you cannot see anything, especially if it was like a man wearing a hoodie or a woman wearing a hijab and she's just like talking to herself, you'd be like, what's going on? But then the first thing we would think about is headphones. How genius is that? I know, I know. But that was just a topic to get myself into today. If you feel like I'm coming off a bit nervous, because I am, I'm very vulnerable. But yeah, that's all I can say. Anyways, I got myself a jasmine tea. You should get yourself, I don't know, what kind of drink. A tea would be nice, and then we can be friends. But I don't know. I'm used to talking to someone, and my inner dialogues would sound like I'm just saying one side of the conversation. So like you don't know what the other voice is saying. It's not like I'm alarming myself like, hey, you have something in your brain. No. But it's just interesting. Like to see myself now recorded. That would be such an interesting thing. Anyways, if you see the title of the episode, or maybe the title of the episode made you feel like, I want to know what you're talking about. Today, our topic is basically about scammers, but specifically scammed by love. And you might ask yourself, what do you mean? Who are scammers? Basically, according to the dictionary, scammers are people who use illegal tactics and method to lure you in and then take your money, basically. But Scammed by Love, the title, is specifically highlighting a type of tactic called romance scams. And romance scams is how I tried to look for a definition on the dictionary. Unfortunately, each and every how can I say? Each and every website gave a definition, and then I had to like look into like the legal ones because like that's the one we want. Because this type of scam is so sometimes hard to win in a case. Why am I talking about cases? Because I love crime. Not to commit. Not to commit. I like courtroom and like your honor and order or what else do they say? What else do they say in the courtroom? I served. The documents are here. As I was saying, your honor, and then he was saying, not on my presence. Order in my courtroom. Love that. Love that. Love that so much. But the only reason why I'm talking about romance scam because it's such an interesting tactic that scammers use to basically manipulate people through emotions and try to get them as vulnerable as possible and then start taking their money. And as a person who likes crime a lot, I watch a lot of documentaries, which we will get into. But before we get into that, I need to clarify something. I am no expert. Everything that I'm saying today is based on my research. And I feel like, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it. I'm also a victim of scams. So you might ask yourself, how are you a victim of a scam? Well, there are two stories. One of them is a general scam. I tried to do TikTok shopping once, and the link was wrong. Thankfully, the bank that I deal with, they called me immediately to ask me if that was me who did the transaction and am I sure about this website. Anyways, it turned out to be a phishing website, which is basically some sort of scheme where hackers make a link to steal your money. And they were about to take like more than 200 reals from my bank account. And I wasn't ready to be broke. But thankfully, the bank handled it very, very well. They just need to do like double checkings and all that. Shout out to all the banks out there that are doing their thing because they're trained for these kind of scams. But then the second one was specifically related to today's topic, which is romance scam. I was going to meet someone who we've been talking, and the first time I met them, it was at a a pyramid scheme center. I did not know I was at a pyramid scheme center. Anyways, needless to say, we're not together anymore. And the whole thing was, I'm not saying that the person was a scammer. I'm just saying that it was giving kind of romance scam because romance scammers, when they manipulate, they give you a lot of promises like, oh, I'll marry you, or we're gonna end up together, blah, 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 blah. Of course, today's romance scam is specifically for people who promise to marry you. In this society, I will not encourage anything else. Don't come for me saying anything else. I'm at the ripe age of marriage, so since this episode is coming around Valentine's Day and some very, very stupid girls and very, very stupid men will fall for so many tactics. They might be the victim of a romance scammer. And the thing is, in this society, we sometimes encourage romance scamming in the form of kharoof. my, my mom, when I was telling her about today's topic, she's like, yeah, some women tell like other women, oh yeah, make him your kharoof. And I'm like, wait, so she's manipulating him to get his money at the end. She's a scammer. I did not think of it that way. And of course, some men do it to women and some women do it to men. But according to my statistics and what I've seen and what I've experienced in life, I feel like men are the easiest targets to a romance scam. But the documents that I'm going to be discussing today are women were the victims, unfortunately, because and I don't even understand how they are victims, cuz the first one is not even a documentary, is the most known thing that a romance scam is. When we talk about Nigerian prince, okay, he's a prince. Why does he want your money? If his title has prince in it, why did you take that excuse and be like, Miskin, he wants money? Like, women, stand up. I don't know if there is the Nigerian princess version of it. I haven't heard it, but the Nigerian prince one needs to just end. People need to understand that if a Nigerian prince approaches you, that doesn't even make sense. Why is he talking to you out of all people? Not to belittle. It's just I feel like princes, kings, and other people in that caliber just talk to each other. Maybe they have their own app. Maybe they don't even call each other. They just take a helicopter and go to each other's house because they're rich. But he would come to you and tell you, someone he did not even meet you once in your life, and then he would be like, my bank account there, it's frozen, and I don't know you, but can you send me money? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. But then I feel bad for some people, but also not, because the Nigerian prince thing, you did that for yourself. But then there are other situations where, let's say, a millionaire, and he's on Tinder, and he swindles women, and he says that he fine dines them and take them on trips out of ish, and then at the end, the same millionaire, his bank gets frozen at that point, and he's like, "Oh, you need to send me money." First of all, how are you flying me around? Is it from your other victim? It is. Is it your money? It's not. This man does not have any money. He just knows how to manipulate women. And okay, you start off with sliding in someone's DMs and be like, "Oh, he'll give these women promises like he would." Okay, excuse me. He would be like, "I'm gonna marry you. We're gonna start a life together," and that's all online. Cool, no problem. Some people fall for words. Victim, me, not to the point of scamming, but like words are nice, promises are nice, but then you start developing feelings. This man comes to you only when it's emergencies to take your money, and then when you don't give him money, he starts cussing you and belittling you. How are you still with this man? How are you allowing a man to speak to you like that? Again, women need to stand up because not only you're asking me for money, and now you're cussing me for not giving you money, and you're the millionaire in this situation. You're the one. Excuse me. This is a nice tea. That was nice. So you're the millionaire in this situation. And then you're the same person that is supposed to be the one to fine dine me. You want money from me, and then you cuss me out. It's the disrespect. It's how dare you? And then when you watch this documentary is called Tinder Swindler, by the way. If you watch it and you see what this man is saying, and he's not only cussing through text, he also sends voice notes. So he makes you hear what he means. In case you didn't feel what I said, I will let you hear my tone. Wild. Very wild. And I think, if I'm not wrong, there is the same kind of tactic where they will manipulate you and, make you fall in love with someone, or even lie to you and tell you promises like, do this, this, and that, and you're gonna get a man. There was, I would call them a cult, but also scammers that they go by twin flames. I don't know if you've seen that before. There is this terminology, twin flames, soulmates, and whatnot, where basically someone would, how can I say? Someone would tell you, if you wake up in the morning and say, "I'm beautiful, I deserve this, and I deserve that," the affirmations, you'll get a husband. I get like the whole positive affirmation, but how is that related to getting a husband? How? 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 I don't know. And the whole idea that this cam in particular, it's a tag team. It's two people who believed that they were twin flames, and they started doing these workshop where if you do this, I promise you you'll have a husband. I'll promise you you'll find love. And people used to pay for these workshops or classes or sessions or whatever it is. They would go to it and learn and study and whatever tactics they give them. And of course, these people who are signing up, I feel bad. It was men and women, and they come from a place of desperation, thinking that this workshop or this session will eventually give them the happy ending that they wanted. And it's not the case. Not a workshop will not give you a person. It would shine a light on something, but it's not gonna guarantee what you want, you know? And the fact that they have prices for the things that they say, you can find it free. You can find it here in this podcast. It's free. You can watch it. I'll tell you. You don't need to find a husband. Just focus on yourself. سوي دعاء. And be more focused on what you want and what you don't want. And with time, you'll find the happy ending. If it's marriage is not meant for all of us. Not everyone in this earth is going to get married. So whoever is, good for you. Inshallah, it's going to be a good marriage, an actual partnership. But I don't want you to get married because you just ticked a box. That does not make sense. That is not partnership, especially if you're trying to start a family. Don't do that for the next generation, please. But yeah. So then, the funny part about this one, it's called. I think this documentary is called. What was it called? Twin Flame. Something regarding Twin Flame. I don't remember the actual title right now at the top of my head because I'm talking to a camera and a mic. But what I know is that just write a twin flame documentary and you'll see how messed up this whole scheme is. Because you start off as a victim paying for workshop, and then let's say they manipulate you so much that sometimes you would fight with your partner or whatever, and they would gaslight you and be like, no, you're for each other, you're twin flames. So then by force you get married, and then suddenly you're now employees of those scammers to scam more people. Wait. So now you are promoted to be a scammer. You are elevated to a scammer specialist, basically. And you get so scammed to the point that you don't know what's going on at this point. And this is not me. This is me laughing at the idea of how scammers just start their own empire. Like, this is so wild to me. But I'm not laughing at the victims, because when you actually see the documentaries, you feel bad. You feel bad at one point. Like, sometimes people, when they approach love and partnership in the angle of desperation, they will not see sense. Sense is nowhere to be found. And when scammers find this person that is desperate for love, they will isolate them. They will not let them even be surrounded by people who have sense, so that they can cloud their thoughts with the things that they say. They don't do anything. They don't give you money. They would, I don't know, make it an illusion and take you out if they met you in person. But yeah. And the reason why I wanted to talk about, I don't know if I should say it now since we're like almost halfway through the episode, but shout out to my scammer this week. He called me every single day at 7:30 to wake me up for work. Shout out you. I got the bag. I didn't give it to you though, but thank you. Thank you for being the inspiration of this episode. And also being just I don't know, very consistent with taking my money, which you didn't get. But shout out you. Your number is at the police now. So they'll deal with you, not with me. And also, you can report people, by the way. But yeah, that is the documentaries that I've seen that are related to romance scams. You can watch them if you want. If you want. If you're not a documentary person, I got you. You might ask me like, okay, I don't want to watch this, but I really want to know like how can I maneuver in finding my person, but not falling for these scams. I got you. I got you. I watch them again for you so I can tell you what are red flags. I would say more related to our society, especially if you're a woman like me at the ripe age of marriage, which is when you're an adult and you have your brain to think, you know? If you're the same age as me and you're in a space where now arranged marriages happen or love marriages or someone would slide in your DMs and tell you, I want to marry you, liar. These are common red flags that I feel personally it works in our society, okay? Flag number one, the red flag, is them moving so fast. Wallahi, I understand that sometimes when men see a beautiful woman, I don't know if it's online, I don't know if he saw his sister's friend and he's like, oh, she's pretty, let me have her number, I want to promise her that I'm going to marry her. And then as soon as he says, salam alaikum, inti Basma, and then he says, inti Jamila. Sorry, let me switch up to English. You're beautiful, and I feel like we should start seeing each other. I want to marry you. And that is just the first thing. I didn't even reply. That's a red flag. Just in general. Because why are you love bombing me? So if someone comes and even if you reply to them and they immediately promise you marriages and stuff, I would say it's a red flag because that's love bombing. But if you, let's say, maybe he never been with someone. Because 9, 8, 8, 7, I would say 7, 7.5 out of 10 people in our society never dated. Like, we do, like, we don't talk about it, but I would say dating is not a concept in our society. It's, you grow up, you don't interact with boys or girls like that, and then they expect you to get married. So they sometimes come off as, oh my God, I want to marry you right now. And that can be scary for both men and women. Because if a woman came and said that to a man, the first thing he would say would be like, whoa, really? But at the same time, because it's not very, I would say it's not very familiar to a lot of people, we wouldn't know that this is love bombing. We wouldn't know that this is not supposed to be like that. Because if you're pressuring me with all this love, and then بعدين يعني, are you gonna keep up with everything you promised? Because it feels a lot. So if they start doing that from the jump, either leave, either run away, or if you want to stay, keep your eyes open and keep your family around. Like, inform them about this person. Especially, again, I'm talking from the society. We're talking about if it's, let's say, arranged marriage. Traditional, you need to be like, do a background check of this guy, you know? And then the second flag, number 2, is, wait, did I write 2 flags the same time? I did. Moving too fast again. Okay, red flag number 3. Let's just imagine, okay? They ask, nice. Sorry, guys. I need to drink my tea. Okay. Flag number 3. If randomly, let's say again, this scammer or this potential scammer is someone you didn't meet. So now you were like, oh, I saw the red flag number 1, but I feel like red is my favorite color and I want to continue talking to this man or woman, whatever it is. And then you start talking, and then out of a sudden, they start asking for money and it's like an emergency. Like, I need it right now, or blah, 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 blah. And I know sometimes generosity is a thing in this society, and you're like, miskin, he needs money. Especially men. Men, so easy to take their money. Wallah. They're like, how would I not give her money? How would you not give a woman money? If you don't, the way we would look at you and be like, you're cheap. Immediately. You don't have money. What do you mean you're not going to say, like, I'm not going to say, no, I will say, if you're a damsel in distress, how is a man not there? Like, that's a way for us, or at least where I'm raised, is that if a man doesn't doesn't show you that he got you, khalas, he's you need to cut him off, because if he's not gonna help you with this emergency, you shouldn't. But that's tricky for men, and I don't know how to save you. Save yourself. But for women, if a man asks you for money, don't give him. Why are you asking me? You didn't meet me. You don't know how I sound like. I could have been Russian. Who's Russian? I don't know. But shout out you, Russian. I could have been a man. وانت تجي عندي انا تطلب مني انا فلوس. Again, you come to me and you ask me for money. How is that even possible? And if you're a stupid girl and you said, okay, let me collect myself. You said okay to pay a man. If you said okay to pay a man, and then he comes again for emergencies, girl, he's a scammer. Inti kharufa. Like, don't. No. Come on, guys. Don't be scammed by love. Don't be scammed by this type of love. It's not worth it. I understand there are situations and they have to have good reasons, and they have to have, like, their stories need to match. If their stories don't match, bro, khalas, this is a scammer. You need to keep that in your mind. And you have the choice. Again, I'm not telling you this because it's wrong or right. This is your choice to follow your favorite color, red, or to save money and travel and not give men money. Unless not give men money. I don't know. I just don't understand the whole concept. Anyways, third one, which is very important one, if they are controlling. There's a difference between protective and controlling. Controlling, sometimes they say, I'm protecting you, and then they isolate you from your family or friends, and it's a very big thing. I don't need to explain it, how important family and friends are in this side of the world. In any side of the world. It's very important. So as soon as they start isolating you and telling you, oh, your mom doesn't know anything about this, or she doesn't know me, or your friends don't know anything about me, that's definitely a red flag. Why does he just want you for himself? It's either there's something wrong with your brain, and there is no fixing at this point. People need to save themselves, or you're a scammer. And in both cases, it's scary. So maybe look at the fourth flag and decide to leave. Maybe. But if you're still convinced that this is your man, this is your twin flame, this is your soulmate, and you stayed, the fifth one might give you a little bit of a oomph to really look into this person, their secretiveness. So if this person you've met, you've talked, let's say you've been in a relationship for I don't know how many years or months, you don't know anything about their family. You don't know their you don't know anything about their friends. You always meet them alone. Like, who are you outside of just you as a person? You don't have parents. You don't have, you don't know all of these information. After he asked for money, and after you already gave him money, after he told you that you're not supposed to be with your family, this same person, woman or a man, you don't know anything about them. You don't even know their full name. That is a scammer. that I hope I put it up here. It's a scammer, guys. That is a scammer. And I'll tell you ways to even identify a scammer. And that's definitely the next points after seeing the red flags. How do you run away? Or, sorry, I hit the mic. How, how do you basically not get out of it, but even confirm the red flags? If you've never met this person, woman or man, and they have an image on their DP or whatever, or they sent you like selfie, like thinking of you, lies. Anyways, they'll be like, oh, thinking of you, sent you a selfie. Take that photo and you can search it and see if there is an actual like picture of this person. It's so easy. You can put it on Google and you can see it. It's so easy. Like, I have fake accounts, so I know. But I don't scam people. I stalk them. No, I'm just messing around. I don't stalk people. I just do background checks on stuff related to trends. But I don't want people to know from my main account. Yeah. Anyways, do a background check of this person. And if no account came out of it, maybe try to take it slow. Like every time they'd be like, oh, good morning, wifey, and they're not married. There's no naam. There's no ring. There's no mahar. There's no gift. You're just a title. There's not even, okay, some people, maybe they don't do the whole extravaganza of a wedding. Your family are not even, they didn't give their blessings. So you're not actually married. And he comes to you and be like, hi, wifey. Be like, calm down. Whoever you are. Even if a girl came and said, hi, husband, calm down. Please, you're scaring me. Because when they start off this strong, it's a red flag for so many other things, but take it slow. Make sure you take it real slow and see how they react to that. You know? Because scammers are always on a rush because they are not good with money. That's why they steal money. Anyways. And then, of course, research them. And then tell your friends or family about them. Let's say they set you up with a person through khatabat. And they're like, this person is great. You never know this khataba. Maybe she's like the leader of the scammers. You know? Not saying khatabat are, but it can happen. So imagine you're in a situation, okay, this khataba came and she told you that there is this person, potential bachelor. And then you meet this person and they're doing everything that a scammer would do. Let your family and friends know about this person. Aslan, they have to know, regardless. But tell them. Be like, yeah, this person. Do a background check. And the best part in this side of the world, I don't know about the other sides of the world, to be honest. This, I don't know. But I know that families here, they do a lot of background check, tribal, the person, where they work, who they work with. Like, I thought it was so little. The analysis is insightful. I've never knew people can get so much details out of a person, like the khatabat and the other people that are affiliated with them. Like, it give you to the T. Maybe if he's an organized person, they'll tell you their routine. But like, you can get all the information. So word of mouth. Tell your family, tell your friends, and then look them up. We all have that one detector friend that can give you all the details. Shout out you, Fred. But like, tell them about this person and inform them that this is going on. And then number 4 will be, while you're speaking to this potential partner, make sure you don't tell them about your finances. Don't tell them how much money you make, anything about your finances. I just don't understand. My mom raised me in a way that you don't mix finances in a relationship in general because it gets ugly. And according to a lot of statistics, a lot of partners break up because of finances. So don't make it ugly. Just, you know, don't do it. Okay? Okay. And then last but not least, this is actually number 1, but I kept it number 5 in case all the facts that you lay down You saw it. This person is a scammer. Ask yourself, ask your intuition, do you really trust this person? Do you feel safe? Do you feel that they got you? Do you feel the language that they speak to you is the type of language that you want to be spoken to? You know? If your intuition, you know that kind of, you feel like you're about to have a diarrhea, you feel like you want to vomit, you feel like you're a bit too gassy today, you feel like you're uneasy, you feel like your heart is racing, you feel like you're feverish, everything is making you sweaty and hot when you're around this person, that's intuition. And that's your intuition to tell you that you're not safe. And listen to yourself. Give yourself the self-respect to not be in this situation. But again, we can all we can all fall for it. All of us. I feel like I personally a little bit shwaya fell for it, but I had a good circle of friends. I had my family around and it didn't even affect me that much, alhamdulillah. But my family was like, we don't know about this person. And one thing about me, if my closest people don't feel good about you, it's done. It's over. Cut the cameras. We are not together. We are done. But if my family is like, oh, we like them, I'm like, come here. Let's fall in love. Let's get married. You know? Like, these are I would say not solid. Again, I did it through my own research, and I feel like it's solid for people in my age who are in situations where you go to azayim and they're like, come Amarich, what's your mom's name? Mom, what's your tribal name? You know, they and then they look at you, the aunties up and down, and be like, okay, okay. What's your name again? Okay, okay. I'm in that age. So it gets a lot like anxious and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to meet them or what to ask. Or should I text them or should they text me? Again, we don't have the experience. Not all of us, but most of us don't. And when you don't have the experience, you can easily يخرفوك. Easily. Like, especially men. Again, I have to repeat it. I'm so sorry, guys. It's so sad. Because when I hear it from people I know, I'm like, oh my god, that's so sad. But then in women rooms, sometimes we say, get what is owed to you. Even though that man probably didn't do anything, but in general, in Islam, we do get a lot of money because women are blessed, alhamdulillah. But at the same time, we do manipulate. Guilty. Uh, but yeah. But needless to say, I know I might triggered some people after Valentine's Day. They got their flowers and now they're looking at their partner side eye like, do you really love me? Do you really want my money? To you guys, I don't say sorry. I just wanted to shed a light. I don't want any tension. I just want you to really think for yourself. But love is sweet. Love is beautiful. You need to take risk. Like you need to take the risk to meet a person and know who they are for you to establish what you want in your future, you know? Like, and I'm again talking from the perspective of people who are trying to start a partnership, but they don't know how to do it and they don't know what they want. They don't know what partnership looks like. They don't know how, like, when I'm starting my life, I don't know if this is the route that I want to go for, you know? So, for those of you who are confused and don't know what you're doing, do the research, read about it, you know, get the knowledge. Even, I wouldn't say if you want to date around, that's your own personal thing. But for people who don't want to do that and it's not in their morals, I'm not saying that it's immoral, but some people just don't, and that's fine. They just want to do the arranged marriage and go by it. You can also meet people, make not friendships, but meet people. You can go to a gallery and meet people and just talk to them. See how you feel. See how if you can read people. If you're not good at reading, is your friend really good? Because you need support system. when it comes to that, because you're gonna vent to someone and tell them, oh, my partner says this. In your eyes, you would think, oh, we're fighting. In your friend's eye, they're like, are you okay? Do you want me to call someone? Because this is violent. And not a lot of people know that you're going through abuse, or like, because when you're in romance scams, it's abusive to your emotions and to your bank account. So if you don't know how to identify that, that's where the friends and the family come around. That's where your support system comes around to really tell you, no, not good for you. And I don't want you in that moment to Kiki Palmer and be like, I know him. I love him. I know who he is. No. In that moment, sit with yourself, take the information, do what you have to do to really like internalize it and be like, okay, maybe I should think about it. And then I don't know, صلي صلاة استخارة and see how you go from there. But yeah, I really hope this episode was fun. This episode was insightful. I really want to know your thoughts on the comments. Do tell. I don't know how I feel. Right now I feel Shoya a bit comfortable. I want to record another episode. I don't know if I should. I don't have another outfit. No. Oh no. But yeah, it's okay. I'll come back in the next episode with another guest, inshallah. Or if I did it alone, I would love to hear your feedback on this episode so that I can make it better. Or حتى I can let you guys join me in the next episode. And then we get to talk to one another. Like, you can text me, you can send me comments, and I can reply to you on the show. Like, we can really see how this show goes. It's صح. I believe that this is my world and you guys are watching it or hearing it at this point. Shout out you. But if you want to be involved, you can always comment. And I love seeing all the comments from you guys, all the feedback. It really, really means a lot on the show. I feel like this type of elevation that is going on is all because of you and all because of my support system, alhamdulillah. But yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I started off very nervous. This is third try. ثالثة. So alhamdulillah. Okay, خلاص. Make sure you follow Eyes Out Here on TikTok, Instagram, and stream it not everywhere, wallahi. We're just in Apple Podcast now. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify and Al-Ghami. Make sure I didn't say that before because I'm not really used to being on audio, but rate the show 5 stars, comment in whatever platform you're in. Let me know how you feel. Let me know, do you know the good, the bad, the ugly? I would love to hear it because I really enjoyed having a very loud inner monologue. I hope this made you feel safe to talk to yourself because we made it, guys. It's almost 50 minutes, but we made it. I'm so happy. Is it? Anyways, have a good day or night or whatever time this is, and I'll see you next time. Bye.